it is true that the Bible says that
Preach, pastor.
it is better to live in the wilderness than with a cantankerous woman. That means a woman that nags and is a troublemaker. Shout out to you, Sandra. I hope that's not your real character. If you watch that movie, you, as a man, you will have headache because she was complaining. And nagging was A1 parallel.
And let's talk about cinematography, costume.
It was just a normal, regular music video. They're all vixens in the video, and they're all dancing.
What was Brashagi doing in that movie?
Okay, so it's
that scene was totally unnecessary.
Like, what was he doing? Like, is he there to sell the movie, or there to? I don't know. How did he get into that movie? Guess what, guys? Part 2 is coming.
Oh, don't you not try it?
Except Chike releases another song, Running to You remix. Hey guys, this is POV and you are welcome. Now today, like always, we'll be reviewing one of the trending Nollywood movies. I think this one's on Netflix and is currently number 3. I am Michelle Abradum and I'll be right back. Welcome guys. Now today we'll be reviewing Something Like Gold. I think I had issues with this title because when I was watching the movie, my sister came and she asked me, what movie are you watching? And I'm like, Something Like Gold. She said, so what's the name of the movie? And I said, Something Like All right, now back to the tiny boring details of this movie. Something Like Gold is a 2023 Nigerian drama film written by Adaeze Ibechukwu. Now, the film follows the life of Tamara, brilliantly portrayed by Sandra Okunzunwa, who starts as a spoiled, entitled young woman. However, her world crumbles when her father's wealth is seized, and the heartbreak of being abandoned at the altar by her fiancé, played by my one and only Timini Ekbeson. Anyways, this adds to her misery. Now, she gets rescued by her maid Mayowa, which is played by Mercy Johnson. So she ends up in an unexpected place where she also finds love. Will Tamara get back all she has lost? Will she continue being the spoiled brat she was at the beginning of the movie? That is not a question for us to answer. What we just tell you here is whether you should go and watch the movie or not. As usual, we have very amazing people, beautiful people in the house. They are they are popular faces. Of course, they are popular faces. And they are familiar faces as well. Hi, AOI. Hi, Jude. How are you doing?
Hello, Michelle. How you doing?
Oh, you're smiling today. All right. That's
Has he been frowning all along? That is good. Good to be here. Good to be here.
Good to have you here.
Thank you. Always.
All right. So I like to ask this question. When you saw the movie Something Like Gold, what was your first reaction? This is a great movie. Or, okay. Another movie.
Something like gold. Something more than gold.
There is something more than
gold. No, due respect, enough respect to Kayode Kasum. I've always loved Kayode Kasum and his journey so far. Remember this Ahame Funa. That's one of the movies that he has done that I really love. He has done quite a lot too, but so when I saw this movie, I was like, okay, Something Like Gold. It's gonna be a love piece and all that, and I was like, okay, let me watch. And was I disappointed? Was I gratified? I'll keep that to my chest.
All right, so Jude, in our last video, I remember us having a conversation where we were talking about how Ramsey has, he always gives like his movies his best every time, and then he's claiming, the budget of the movie, this one, that one, blah 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 blah. Now, this is Kayode Kasum, who directed the very popular Afame Funa that you were so.
I think he directed. Okay, he did not direct Shina. I'm not sure he directed Shina, but Afame Funa, he directed that movie. Yeah.
If you see Afame Funa and there's Something Like Gold, it's almost looking like the same budget would have been used to produce this movie, right? I should call your attention to this particular thing I'm seeing right now. Anyways, let's move on. Let's hear what was your first impression about the movie.
Okay, there's something about naming movies. You understand? Because sometimes some movies can actually be we can know what's going on in the movie through the name sometimes if a name is not actually coined out properly. For example, you have movies like let's say those years you hear Emeka the bad guy. So you now watch a movie.
Maybe the
Emeka,
dirty girl.
You sure that Emeka will be a bad guy
And
because the
maybe
movie
the
has said
dirty.
Emeka is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand? But nowadays, so they now have to. I don't know. I've once been in a seminar where they taught us how when I was trying to learn script writing before.
Okay.
And one of the things they will teach you in script
Now,
writing.
wow,
is
wait
how
till you
to-
never learn for this life.
One of the things they'll teach you
Mechanic and carpenter.
is the way that just situation will do you.
And they tell you multiple streams of income.
So one of the things they'll teach you is how to name movies.
Okay.
That was one of the things I also learned there. They say when you look at your movie or your story first, not even a movie, your story first, even how to name a novel, how to name whatever you're doing, it helps you to make sure your movies or your novels or your plays are not predictable. You understand? Someone will be like, oh, why? Like when you hear when I saw this name, Rise of the Yellow Half Sun or something.
Half of the Yellow Sun.
Half of the Yellow Sun. You understand? I
The
never knew it
Black
was talking.
Book.
I never knew it was talking about Biafra. It was when I now noticed they got the name from the the logo of Biafra. You understand? So there are lots of movies and a lot of books to read, but you understand until when you have to read it or you have to watch it. So when I saw this something like good, so many things was coming in my head. I didn't even know it was even a love movie. So I felt like maybe someone was so precious that he didn't even know. You understand? And he was in disguise or something like that. I didn't even know. Like, so when I watched the movie, I now understood, okay, something like good.
Okay, so you feel like it was a great name.
For me, it was a great name because with the name, you can't know what the movie is
You
all
can't
about.
actually predict.
You understand? It's not like the normal regular names that we usually know. You understand? This is something that we can't predict. So that's, for me, it's a great naming.
All right. Okay, so now let's go to the storyline. I'd love us to start from scripting and all of those fun things, first of all. So what would you say about the story?
For me, the story was still the normal Nigerian story.
What's the
Yes,
normal Nigerian story about?
Whereby you are poor, you go back, and
You are rich,
From-
you become
yeah,
poor,
grass to grace
then you
story.
become rich
story,
again.
Then you just be so it's nothing
Grass to grace, then grace to grass, then come back,
back,
to grass.
something like that, just to test you on the other side of the world. Then you now bounce back, or when the prince of a land leaves his father's throne and goes to become a peasant, and now later go back and say, I'm a prince of a land, guys. I was just so it was almost similar story, just that this one was the father was actually into a fraudulent act with the company and stuff like that, and they lost the world for a while, and when everything was back to normal, they came back again. So I was not really seeing anything spectacular in the storyline. It was the same story. When I even saw Kunle Remi, when she came in, Kunle Remi was doing his face as if he's doing something, I looking at her. Oh,
You'll know that
they'll fall in love. This two fall in love. It's normal. It's obvious. Everything was not predictable in the movie. I can predict every part of the movie.
Apart from the name.
Yeah, apart from the name.
All right, AY, let's hear from you.
Okay, the only twist that impressed me was finding out that maid was now her mother. Like, yeah, I did not.
To
see
me,
that
it was
coming.
an unnecessary twist, because they didn't do so much with that.
Well, that's for me. That's the only twist I observed. Okay, I did not see it coming. Oh, okay, your maid is now your mother. How is she your mother? Okay,
I saw it coming now.
Well, I did not see it coming. But aside that, I knew that from the get-go, she would get into trouble. When I saw her in the slum, I knew probably she would fall in love with Kunle Remi and all that. Of course, she fell in love. Then also the other lady that was trying to get jealous and all that, I knew probably she would allow them to do their thing while she go find love somewhere else. It was just a straightforward sequencing for me. The only thing that also actually caught my attention was, let me say the choreography that was done at some point. It reminds me of Hindi movies like Z World.
Exactly.
I was like, okay, how we going this way?
I was even trying to make excuses for the movie because I was seeing it with my sister, and those ones they don't have chills. Why you watching a Nigerian movie? Did you get? So when you got to that point, I was like, "Whoa, which one is this one?" Like,
I see the dance.
the guy was just passing with a speaker, and then they all started dancing, fine and okay. Then Timini saw the video of her dancing, and he was like, that we really did. How did all of those things? Whose account did they use to post the video? Why did Timini see? How did all of those things happen?
Even the Tai Chi. Remember when she was flashing? I think
That was the one that made me to laugh.
The Tai Chi, like when Timini
came out.
was No Tai Chi. It's a type of martial art and all that. I saw Timini giving some
Exactly.
Tai
I was
Chi
telling
moves.
myself, I said, no,
I was like,
don't worry.
how
I think
did
it's
we
a dream.
get
I think
here
it's a
now?
dream.
To be honest,
I was
I
like-
almost stopped the movie there. When I want my just say, just wait. Yeah, I saw it was a dream. I said, okay.
What kind of dream is that?
Okay.
He didn't fight
In our
Gidigbo.
dreams.
Yeah, he left our African type of combat. Gidigbo.
You hear the soundtrack?
Yeah. Tai Chi now.
Yeah,
It's
Tai Chi
Yeah, now.
soundtrack. You
I was
go
like,
like,
how did we get here? And Timini too was also doing his own thing. Like,
you have to
like
bet. I'll flog him.
So I feel like it was not the story
Oh
was not
my
properly told.
God.
Let's even say it's a popular, normal Nigerian level.
yeah, true.
But it wasn't told
No,
properly
the
as well.
sequencing was-
What
was
happened
not
to?
off,
Okay,
was off.
she finally got back her wealth, or maybe half of her wealth. What happened to her friends
Yeah, true.
that abandoned her? Do you
Yes, she has
understand?
moved on.
First of all, when Mercy Johnson came into the picture, I didn't know who Mercy Johnson was.
Same here.
I didn't know up until
When
she
called
was
his name.
talking about her, like, oh, you're just a maid. Why did my father choose you?
Yeah.
Nobody knew. I
They
beg.
are trying to keep the suspense in that area. So I want you to just guess who is this lady.
There was no suspense anyway. There was no suspense. It was just there basically. Then when Simini came back and she just followed Simini like that. That's what they
No,
do.
the funny thing was, what got me
Timini
angry
now,
again?
Timini
What got me
effect.
angry again? What got me angry again was when she was talking to Timini and Kule Remi came in
Okay.
and was like, "I can explain. Explain what? What are you explaining? Didn't even catch you in any act.
Exactly.
What are you explaining? Just say this is my ex. That's all."
But sorry to ask this. What was Brashagi doing in that movie?
Okay, yes. So he's a
That
stout.
scene was totally unnecessary.
Like what was he doing? Like is he there to sell the movie or there to I don't know, how did he get into that movie?
He
Because
said
for me I was trying to understand his role.
it was a tout that went to take the
You're even struggling to explain. So there were a lot of some unnecessary elements.
You know what
there.
again? I made you laugh for the beginning of the movie. So she woke up in the morning. Right? In her car.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying when she slept in her car, she woke up in the morning in her car. When Brashagi came in,
Yeah, true.
then Mr. Johnson now came, they entered the bike. Guess when they reached?
Thank you.
They
I
reached
saw
at night.
I
Guy,
saw it.
Where are you
He's
traveling to bike?
He's
With
interstate
bike.
now.
That's the bike.
From Lagos to Osogbo. It's a 4-hour journey.
I
On bike, it's possible.
I was laughing.
On bike.
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
I was, what's this one?
It's interstate now.
Where to where? Because it was in the morning. Early in the morning, she just woke up. Even was Brashagi that woke her up. The next thing, few minutes they spent there, and she entered the bike. And the next thing,
Only me can they do calculation, but morning is this. It will take you like how many hours before you get to evening. So
and
what
again,
is
remember,
this
Miss
film
Johnson did
trick?
not even stay long to get there because the call came in. Like, where are you? Send me your address. She just sent the address. The next few minutes, Miss Johnson is there with Keke. Then just arrived there. The next thing, when you are now going back to the place you came from, it's not looking like it.
It's an interstate journey.
And she used keke when she was coming, and then she said the only means of transportation to take you there is a bike. So it means the place is not far. Anyways, I feel like we should just wrap up and just say roast or toast, but let's move on. We are going strong.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about casting. You guys can talk now. Just talk.
Yeah. Sorry, why talk?
Okay, let me talk about the bright spots.
Yeah.
Kunle Remi has been able to create something about his persona. He can do the prim and proper. He can also do the streets.
Yeah.
Muri and Co. If you've not watched Muri and Co. is in the cinemas. I'm not sure if it's still in the cinemas. You know, he gave us the street vibes. So it reminds me of Odunlade Adekola, but with more steeze and composure, like more finesse.
Okay.
So he can switch from the prim and proper guy, well educated, well spoken, and all that, to the streets guy, and he did that. He's been doing it effortlessly. Muri and Co. He has also played actively in some Yoruba movies such as Anikulapo, The Prophetess, and all that. So Kunle Remi is growing strong in having dual or multiple characters, and I'll give him thumbs up. Another bright spot is Sandra, that's Tamara.
Yeah.
It is true that the Bible says that
Preach,
it
pastor.
is better to live in the wilderness than with a cantankerous woman. That means a woman that nags and is a troublemaker.
Yeah.
If you watch that movie, as a man, you will have headache because she was complaining, and her nagging was A1 parallel because she was just complaining, and at some point I was having headache on behalf of the other characters because she was just but she did it so well.
Yeah.
Kudos to Sandra. She killed that role. When it comes to nagging and shouting, she did it well enough. Mercy Johnson Okoje too was in her best display.
So casting was great, actually.
Yeah, except for Brother Shaggy. Brother Shaggy, I was trying to understand what role
His
he
casting
played.
was also great too, because
I
if
was
they
like-
actually wanted someone who would play the role of a tout, then Brashagi is
He wasn't necessary.
It
but
wasn't
I
necessary.
felt like everything should have just happened. They just omitted that. They should just omit that
Yeah.
Brashagi part whereby she has the what they call it, the car breakdown that night.
Mhm.
It can happen that night.
Yeah.
Mr. Justin picks her up that night straight to that their slum, and that's all. You don't need her to sleep and wake, and then Brashagi now have to just keep that part.
And I love the fact that Mercy Johnson was also speaking Yoruba street lingo with Brother Shaggy. I love that dialogue. I also love the element of Timini. Even though Timini, I was asking myself who else would have played this role aside Timini. And it's really that's like the talk of the town now.
Oh, okay.
So this casting was spot on because when it comes to lover boy roles or all
Timothy didn't
that,
actually even give what I know him for.
but
He was just.
but it for me that
They
casting
didn't
was
even
good.
utilize him very well because he was just there.
Yeah.
He didn't actually allow Timothy to be himself. You allow Timothy to be himself. What you tell Gideon when he wants to snatch your babe, Timothy knows how to do it properly. He wants to prepare you. Like, yes, I took somebody. I knew you like her. I took her from me. He'll do it very well, but they didn't give him that room. So he just put that in the can, just looked at him with one eyes and just but I felt they didn't allow him to, beat Timini. Timini is a bad boy. You have done it better.
all right, let's talk about cinematography, costume.
It was
and
just
the
a
rest.
normal, regular music video. They're all vixens in the video, and they're all dancing. Do you know how many songs they play in that movie? Do you know how many songs? Chike.
Exactly.
They play Chike.
yeah.
They play one
running to you.
Yeah, that's
Chike
Chike.
and Simi.
They played on that
Then
one.
Dirty
again.
the Deity. I love that song. That's forever something. Forever something.
Like,
I'm sure you guys
I
know.
was trying to even count the songs. It was like a music video. You know the funny thing? They spoke less and they gave reactions more.
They danced more.
Because you see, small thing, just hello. Hi, I'm so sorry. My name is Kim. That's it.
That's Z word for you now. Something like gold.
You know what make me laugh again was when Kunle Remi got the gig.
The deal, yeah.
So he was just playing one music. He was dancing, not climbing on top of the table. I'm like, no, okay, roll on top of the because you're trying to act in
my
that
God.
movie for us. And when she now came, I'm so sorry for everything. And after that,
They also danced.
consider the song again. That's
Right.
they're like more of a music video. Yeah, and all of them, they're not actors, they're all victims.
It's just a replica of what happens with the indie movies, the Indian movies. So it's for me. It was just the cinematography was just there. Was good.
It was good, though.
Was good
Cinematography
for
was good.
Netflix standard. They
It was
met up
good.
with those standards when it comes to Netflix Prime Video. So it was
What
good.
happened to the aunties? That was the only role they acted, and they are done.
Yeah.
Did you see that the story was having when we talked about other
Many
when we
loopholes.
talk about
Even
movies
the-
like
the-
Tokumbo, now I see
yeah.
that there was connections in everything was important.
Yeah,
There
true.
was connections to everything. Now the aunties could have even come back and see that she has turned a new leaf. You start seeing a new person.
Well, how did
You
they
start-
just run away, abandoned her?
Even our
Yes.
friends.
It's normal for you to
and all
abandon
that, so-
someone.
No, but her aunties,
Yes,
right?
now it can happen. No?
Her aunties literally
They know
trained her.
Yeah, true.
They know that she has this character, this pride kind of thing. They know they're even helping her
That
to,
they instilled in her.
Yes, but they don't like it.
No.
They were pretty. You notice when they saw that stuff and they see their eye signal and stuff like that, they knew that without money that
This
the father
is
has,
trouble.
you understand, they would have shown a different kind of person. You understand? Because of when your parents are wealthy, some people have to
Affluent, yeah.
fake a lot of things around you.
Pretense.
You understand?
True.
So they just faked it and everything. But I felt like when everything was back and she's back from wherever she went to,
She has learned her lesson.
you would have come back and say, they just say, you are this person. Say, no, I'm not this person. That's something that you show that you have changed.
Guess
Link the
what?
story.
Guess what, guys? part 2 is coming.
Oh, they should not try it. The song have ended. Unless they use Flavor song and
Except Chike releases another song, Running to You remix.
Oh,
my
God.
Okay,
Now
now
they have license to those songs, though.
No, of course, they'll pay royalties now.
Oh.
You can't just use Dirty the Deity song or Chike song without paying. Similar to every other person, even with Tokumbo as well. Patoranking, Gaza,
yes.
was used.
Gaza.
So you definitely pay.
That
royalties.
was good because of that guy's name.
Yeah, Gaza.
Gaza.
I like the song anyways.
Name.
Now let's talk about standout actors. Who was your standout actor?
Sandra. Sandra, shout out to you. She's the producer of the movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is the producer. So shout out to you, Sandra. I hope that's not your real character. But what you did when it comes to nagging, wallahi, I've not seen any Nigerian actor, English now, because I know the Yoruba actresses, they can nag. Shout out to all of you, but you guys can nag for a living. But when it comes to that role, Sandra killed it. Sandra Okunzua, she really killed it, and for me, she was just good from start to finish.
Jude.
For me, it's always the born actress herself,
Mercy
the queen
Johnson.
herself, the
Mercy Johnson,
the most talented herself. That's Mercy Johnson. You know why I mentioned that is because she's always, I don't know, Mercy Johnson is so natural.
She's class now.
You understand? She just acted
class.
the role with,
Yeah.
she carried it. Like she was not even forcing it. Even when the girl was in, she said, "Oh, happy." She was just doing it. Eat it. This is how you turn it. This is how you put your stuff. She was just, portraying her characters with pride.
She's
Despite the fact that she was this thing. Even when she made us feel the motherly love when she was telling her that I'm your mother and stuff like that. She had her cry. You understand? And later I said, no, okay, I was just, having some delusion and stuff like that. But Mr. Johnson. I know that ever since she got married, she started, I don't know if she started selecting her roles. She's being careful of the roles she plays. We know Miss Johnson way back that she can play any role. But you know what I'm saying. How do you guys know what
I don't know what you're saying. You're your own. But
I get you. All right, fantastic. Now I think it brings us to the end bit of this show. Would you say it was a roast or a toast? I'll start with you, Jude.
Me? No, start with you.
No, you.
Me?
Roast or toast?
Okay, because of Sandra, and she's the owner of the movie, and she,
Do not waste our time, bro. Speak
it's
up.
someone's money.
I know, absolutely.
We know now.
It's someone's money.
Yeah.
And you know the funny thing, this might even be a motivation for someone to actually go and see the movie. Let me go and see what this guy is actually talking about. So we're not saying they should not see it.
Yeah.
We're just telling them our point of view. Roast or toast, Jude?
All right, so I'll dance while they are roasting one of these barbecue and playing Chike's song. Yes, so I'm going to be dancing and.
Okay, AY, roast or toast?
I would toast to this movie. And why? Why?
This is so unexpected.
Yes, you find love in unexpected places.
All right.
I'll toast the movie because Sandra, Mercy, because of these three guys, Sandra, Mercy Johnson Okoje, and Kunle, they did it for me. They made me watch the movie till the end. I wanted to know what's going to be the end of this movie, and they did it for me. And also the soundtrack that were used, lovely songs. Lovely songs, and for me, I'll toast to it.
All right, for me, for the first time, I'd be agreeing with Jude.
On record, this should be on record, but
It's actually a roast because there are too many lapses, and
but still, is it something like gold? Is that how gold is?
no, something like bronze
gold.
or something.
Wow.
All right, guys, this is where we draw the curtain on the show today. Like we always do, we encourage you to go see the movie and tell us what you think in the comment section. Have a great time. This is POV, and I remain your host, Michelle Abano. Bye.